This is the HTC Desire HD. Now this phone has a 4.3-inch touchscreen, which is much bigger than most smartphones, but it can be quite tricky to put that figure into perspective. So to help you out, we're going to compare this phone with some of the other smartphones on the market right now. Okay, so this is the HTC Desire HD. So first let's just compare that screen size with the slightly older HTC Desire. So this phone is the successor to the Desire, and when you put them side by side you can see that there really is a really big increase in the screen size. As you can see, HTC has also ditched these mechanical buttons along the bottom of the Desire for the Desire HD. All of these keys are touch sensitive. Okay, so moving swiftly on, here you can see the Desire HD alongside the iPhone 4. Now, the iPhone 4 we think has a slightly slicker design with these machined edges, even if they do mean it's very difficult to make phone calls. The iPhone 4 does actually have a higher resolution display than the Desire HD. That said, we think this really massive display kind of makes up for that in some ways. Moving swiftly on, check it out next to the Nokia N8. Now the Nokia N8, we were quite impressed at the time by the size of the screen, but the Desire HD kind of blows it out the water. I mean, just look at them side by side and you can really get a sense of just how much difference there is there. Looking around the back, both phones do have these weird kind of jutting out cameras on the back. Now the Nokia N8 does beat the Desire HD in the camera stakes because it has a 12 megapixel camera rather than the 8 megapixels offered by HTC's phone. Now this is slightly more interesting. When we hold the Desire HD up to the HTC HD7, which is a Windows 7 phone, you can see that actually they're pretty much exactly the same, and apart from a slight difference in these touch sensitive buttons along the bottom, they're basically the same mobile. So we imagine HTC will have taken a lot of design influence from the HD when it was building this phone. So there you have it. In terms of scale, the Desire HD really does offer one of the biggest, brightest, most colourful displays around. I mean, not everyone's going to want a phone that is this big. If you have very tiny pockets in most of your jeans, then this phone's probably going to be just that little bit too bulky. But otherwise, bigger is definitely better.